Go ahead.
All right, guys. What's up? RexBebop back again, and I have with me Otaku Underground with me.
What's going on, everybody?
I had to drag someone in this shithole with me because I don't know what possessed me to finally play this game, but I did it. I did play Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, and God help me, it's okay. The only good thing I can say is that it functions. That's it. It functions. The only good thing, besides King Shark, I'll give him that because he's voiced by Samoa Joe, and I love Samoa Joe and what he does. Okay, I'll give them that, and I'll even give like a few points to Boomerang. Other than that, the characters suck too. Other than those two specifically, those two, everyone else sucks. Waller sucks. Harley sucks. Deadshot in his beef with Lantern sucks. I can at least say it's a functional shooter. That's it. That's it. Everything else, what can I add really? But I can see I don't know what or what it was that made the heads of Rocksteady leave when Suicide Squad was nearly finished back in 2022. Remember, this got pushed back, what, 3 or 4 times?
Yeah, because it was originally. Oh, not to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Nah, because it was originally in the hands of, if I'm remembering correctly, WB Montreal.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, this thing has been passed around for a while because I just got finished watching the whole video on this thing, on the development, and it's crazy.
Exactly.
They've been wanting to get this thing off the ground since the first Suicide Squad movie. I even want to say even a little bit before then, because I want to say when Jeff Johns announced it, it was like back in, I want to say 2010 or something like that. So that's when they originally announced it, before Rocksteady got their hands on it and everything. But go ahead.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, they were even setting up a different Suicide Squad game within the Arkham games before we got this piece of shit.
Yeah, they canceled.
If I'm remembering correctly, we were supposed to get something completely different.
Yeah, because before this, it was supposed to be like the Damian Wayne game.
Yeah.
And then they had to cancel that. And then there was rumors of a Superman game, but then that turned out to be false. They were never even working on Superman.
Dude, dead ass. I've played enough of this and enough of King Shark to be like, they could have done so much with a Superman game. It's not even funny because King Shark is like a mini Hulk with how he traverses. If you remember Ultimate Destruction, that is how he moves around. I'm not kidding. Just with a mini gun.
That seems to be the only thing, as somebody who hasn't played the game but who has seen a lot of the gameplay and has watched a lot of the clips and stuff like that, that seems to be the only thing that they kind of got right. But even then, you told me that the movement and everything wasn't even all that great. But you'll get into it in more depth. But that seemed like the only thing about this was just like the movement they got right. But as far as the play style of the different characters, that's where they went wrong. But I'll let you get into it more since you've played the game and everything.
I've suffered enough. I've suffered enough. I had to take a week break. You don't understand. I had to take a week break, and this is after I beat Superman. I didn't even bother with the Brainiac shit until a week later. I finished it, finally finished it last weekend. I'm like, oh, I need a minute.
I'm surprised you even played this. When you told me that you were playing this game, I was like, what? Because after they announced this was like live service, he was like, oh no. Like I was really willing to give it a chance. I really was. Like I wasn't one of those people out there like hitting the dislike button on like all of the trailers and everything. Like I wasn't somebody who's like hating it just because it's not another Batman game. It's like, here's the thing, not to veer us off topic or anything like that, but just the whole fact that people wanted another Batman game from them. I totally understand wanting a narrative experience, wanting something close to like what we got with the Batman Arkham games. Like that's what I would want too, especially from a Suicide Squad game. Like I don't have a problem with them making a Suicide Squad game. I didn't have a problem with that. It's just like the play style. It's just that's where they went wrong, in my opinion. Just the play style.
Yeah, I just. Oh God. Okay, yeah. Aside from that, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it was. I was just that curious. I wanted to know. I got it cheap, and I went for it. It was like,
yeah, where did you buy it from, if you don't mind me asking? Did you get it for GameStop or Amazon? Because I was looking, because when you told me you wanted to do this video, I was like, well, maybe I should play it just so I can have a little bit more to say on it. That's not, from the outside looking in. But I kept looking, it was like $60, $70. I said, oh no, nah. Nope.
I had enough shit to sell, and I'm like, well, it's used, so they're not gonna really get much of my money. It's not going directly to them.
Like, I won't be surprised this will be on Game Pass by October. I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be on Game Pass.
If it even makes it,
they have to at this point, because I'm gonna try not to get no spoilers or anything, but basically how they ended it, I'll just say they left it open ended, and you can tell they're planning on several more seasons, like at least 12 to 13 or something like that. And I think they just put out Joker. I think they had another boss fight with Brainiac, but yeah, they're planning on doing more. I don't know how long this is gonna last, because I told you about the news of the player base falling off, how it has less people playing it than the Avengers. And the Avengers game, for those of y'all that don't know, that game is dead, and it has way more players playing the game compared to this, which is crazy. Matter of fact, let me see how many people are playing right now. And I should say that's by Steam numbers, by the way.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people playing this shit, I can tell you that right now, buddy. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what did it to me, but I just wanted to see if it was really that bad, because it's just like, it was one of those, like, I have to make my own decision. And with everything that I saw, I'm like, I felt empty. Like, I felt empty. It's like, it's both angry and empty at the same time after I actually beat it. I'm like, so this is how we're gonna drag out 13 other months of
right.
This is how you're gonna do this? So Brainiac doesn't even say shit at the. You know what? Full spoilers. I don't care. If you don't know, you're gonna know. And if you do know, you're probably seen about the abundance of all the other Suicide Squad videos by now. Because who cares at this point? We're in, what is this, May? We're in May. You have no excuse now.
Look, man, not to interrupt. It's just to let you know, it's 116 people that are playing right now. It had a 24-hour peak of 177. And then all time, let me see if I can switch here.
Oh God, please bring this shit up.
Let me see. Nah, I gotta see how. Go on. Keep going. I gotta figure out how to go to the. Oh no, never mind. I think this is it. Well, all time peak of from 3 months ago, it would be 13,000. I'm dumb. It's right in front of my face. 13,459 players. All time peak 3 months ago. So that's a massive drop off, and we're just talking about Steam. So that's not even talking about consoles and stuff.
Nah, that's crazy. That is nuts, man. I just, yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, spoilers. Yeah, Brainiac, the mastermind behind all this nonsense and corrupting Justice League and such. This man doesn't say a damn thing until you beat Superman. So the entire game, Batman is the one taunting your ass, and I'm like, okay, Kevin was having a daggone ball in the booth, because this is as close as we're gonna get to an evil Batman as we're ever gonna get now. He was hamming this shit up throughout the entire game before you finally before Harley does, the deed, and I'll get to that. I'll get to
That's
that.
one thing, not to interrupt, but I like just to give this game credit, the voice acting, if nothing else, with Tara Strong as Harley Quinn, Deadshot, really like all the voice acting was good in it as far as like the voice acting performances and everything. Like that wasn't really the problem.
It's just how it was written.
Yeah.
And like I said, Samoa Joe fucking tearing it up as King Shark. Like I can never say a bad thing about him. He always brings it with whatever he's in. So I'm like, oh, I love this. So, but I'm Brainiac don't do shit until like the last minute. It's like, where were you? Okay. Let me calm myself. Because it's just amazing to me how this was written. And I know the founders left. And they at some point. And another thing, how many times do you think this was rewritten? How many times do you think
I don't know.
Do you think they had to scrape the story in order for them to be like, oh, this isn't good. They were in the writer's room, and this is the best they could do.
I mean, Sweet Baby Inc. was not to bring them up, but yeah, that was another controversy with this game. Like this game had much, a lot of bad press around it, and Sweet Baby Inc. people going after that company. Yeah, that didn't really help things afterwards, after the game launched and everything.
Yeah, it's just them. They're another daggone story, which I've done my research. It actually kind of checks out with how much shit that they're actually in, or how much like neck deep of stuff that they're actually in. That actually kind of checks out though. But when it comes to like this, and this is supposed to be the sequel to Arkham Knight, this is what you do.
They shouldn't have had that joint connected. Not to cut you, but
exactly.
I was just saying they shouldn't have had connected that. They should just did a
non-canon,
a soft
this
reboot.
Should have been non-canon. This should have been non-canon. Like regardless of how anyone feels about this game, it would have benefited with them saying like, this has no connection to the Arkham Knight games. That way, you could trash all the heroes all you want, and get away with it because it's not connected to the Arkhamverse whatsoever.
Look, can I say this right quick though? Because people were complaining, or there's some people just mad that we're killing the Justice League. That we never even got to really get to know a lot of these characters. We get to know Diana. Well, I shouldn't say we because I haven't played the game, but I've seen the cutscenes and stuff, so I know.
Bro, it's just like, you motherfuckers, why don't y'all just walk away? It's just like, she's like an angry mother. I'm like, okay.
Like, Diana was really the only one, from what I've seen, like, she's the only one that they really kind of did justice. The rest of them is just like, okay, we don't really have any attachment to them outside of Batman, and we know what happens with him, and you'll get into that. But it's kind of crazy because it's like, well, some people were mad about the fact that we're killing them and everything, but like I have no problem with us having to kill them. It's just the way that they did it, the way that we killed them. You killed them the same way. It's not really a spoiler to say that. I mean, you killed them the same way. Each time you shoot them, they didn't even get creative with it. That was my biggest problem. Is y'all didn't get creative with the kills.
Exactly. You know what? I will add on to this. That is basically how I felt about it after I beat it. I'm like, it's how y'all did this. It wasn't even creative. It's like, counter shot here, shoot them then, another bar health goes down, rinse, repeat. It's the same shit each boss. Superman probably was the only one that actually gave me a bit of trouble because he actually was like warping toward you with a fucking car or a bus to hit you. I'm like, oh, actual variety here. Green Lantern, he was making like, what was it? Like minefields in the air, so you had to shoot them and then shoot at him.
I heard that the Flash just runs around and stuff.
Yeah, and what did Brainiac do? He copied the Flash. He literally
I saw that.
I'm like,
it's like that was such a lazy fight. That's such a lazy boss fight.
I'm like, you bitches didn't even try. What happened? Oh God! I just, what were they doing? What were they doing? Is my question. That is the biggest question I have out of this. I want to like ask them.
They're not talking. I'm telling you right now, because after this video I watched the other day, somebody tried to reach out to the developers, and they're like, everybody's being silent. Everybody's being real silent
because they know they failed. Oh, they know they fucked up. This. I cannot believe we live in a world where it's like we don't have a Batman Beyond game. I refuse to believe that we really live.
Don't have a movie either. They can't.
We don't have a movie of Batman Beyond. We don't have a fucking game of Batman Beyond. The only piece of, and this is off topic, but I'm gonna put it in here anyway. The only thing we have Batman Beyond related right now is the new Batman animated movie that just came out, and Terry's in there for a good 2 minutes, and he barely does shit. I'm like, y'all got real Wilfredo back in the booth and don't do shit with him. The audacity. The audacity. How?
I mean, I think some people were probably assuming that maybe we would get one after Arkham Knight, though. Not this.
I mean, do you realize just how much we have, like, I refuse to think, like, what we're doing. They really thought they were cooking. And I hate using this. Phrase now. But they really thought they had something after years of delays, and this is the best they could do.
I mean, I guess the only thing is that a lot of these companies, they try to chase that whole trend of the AAA live service, games as a service type of thing. And that was another big sticking point with a lot of people. They didn't want that model, like I mentioned before, going back to the fact that most people wanted a single-player narrative game. I think this could have worked as a single-player narrative game, but I think also, like I said, I don't really have too much of an issue of it being games as a service. I know that you were against that, but like I said, I was willing to give this a chance because I thought the traversal, when we were first seeing it, when they had the trailers out and everything, I thought the traversal looked good and everything. Like, my issue with this is that, again, going back to what I said earlier, it's the play style. Why do all these characters play the same? Like, again, Deadshot, you gotta shoot with him. Harley, you're using guns. Boomerang, his name is Captain Boomerang. Why is he using a gun? And then King Shark also. Like, each of these characters should play differently. Yeah, you can have Deadshot. Deadshot can have guns. You know, you use guns with him. You use Boomerang. Boomerang uses his boomerang. So what they could have done with this is instead, okay, you want it to be games as a service. You want a looter shooter type of thing. Okay, cool. You can keep the loot. You can keep the whole loot thing. You can have it to where you can pick up different boomerangs as Captain Boomerang. You can have some different type of, I don't know, something for King Shark, maybe some type of gauntlets or something. And Harley should have been melee focused. Really, King Shark should have been melee focused also. And then you just keep Deadshot like how he is. Like,
yeah, Deadshot, in all intents and purposes, should be the shooter of the group.
Right.
If anyone has ever seen like Suicide Squad, Hell to Pay, or Assault on Arkham, you would know this. That's like content right there that you could use. Or, I don't know, get something from the daggone comics.
Like, you know what's crazy? Not to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Just to say this, because, man, I feel like if you're going to make a looter shooter, and I remember texting you this, I'm like, if you're going to make this a looter shooter, why not get people in the squad that it makes sense that they're using guns? Like Slade Wilson. Why not him? Like, you could get, even though he's not traditionally a Suicide Squad member, you can get Captain Cold or what's his face, Mr. Freeze. I'm probably blanking on some other dudes they could have probably gotten, but like there's other villains that they could have gotten that use guns that they could have put instead of Harley Quinn and King Shark. Really, the squad should have been more diverse than this.
You look at any of the other like Suicide Squads movies or anime movies that they did, it's like you could see like they had more options to go with, but they chose like this group in particular, and I'm just like to myself like, really, this, and oh my god, I just let me talk about Waller for a second. Why is she written like this? Like, I get that she's supposed to be a daggone tyrant when it comes to these guys and all that, but the way she is written, I'm like, why is she over here talking about she's I'm your daddy now? Who the fuck? I'm thinking to myself like,
and for the love of God, man, can we stop casting that actor, whoever she is? We've seen way too much of her.
I'm sick of seeing her.
And she don't even like. Can we get somebody else for Waller? Because they didn't even make her big. Like she like Waller's supposed to be a real big person. That's why they call her the Wall.
Big, sassy black woman.
I'm like, even with Viola Davis, she's not big, but you can buy her in that role. I don't buy her
like as Waller.
Like they've done different interpretations of Waller before, even on when Green Arrow was still a thing. They did different versions of her. I want to say there was actually 2 different actors that did it, but I remember one was skinny. So like they've had skinny ones before, but she's supposed to be big. Like I said, they call her she's the Wall. She's Waller. Yeah. She's supposed to be big. That's one of her distinguishing features. Like even like just to go to a different character, you have Deadshot, and they retconned them to now they're saying the one that you fought in the Batman games. Like that wasn't a real Deadshot, and we don't even get to see the dude in the game. Like that could have been a side activity. They could have done something with that. Same thing with how they retcon Harley Quinn and the whole Poison Ivy thing, which I'll let you touch that.
Can I please? Can I please? Oh God! This is that one I've been waiting for. Okay. Guys. Devs. Have you guys played half of the material that you guys made over the years? Because at last I checked, Harley was all over Joker, right? She did everything for him. She even had a damn DLC where she's, what was it? Batman Arkham City, where she was terrorizing people because of Joker's death. And she was still loyal to him, right? So whatever this implication is that Harley and Ivy were something before or right after this, I'm calling bullshit, because Harley was too knee deep with Joker to be like, oh yeah, she's reformed and shit, so she went with Ivy. No, I don't buy that for a second, because nowadays Harley has to be written where she's like this now, where she's essentially like
she's an abuse victim, and then she's gay and all this. Like, I don't like this new school Harley. I like the old school. Like exactly. This, like all this crap, and it's not even just the game. It's the Suicide Squad movie with Margot Robbie. I don't like how like it, dude. That's not Harley Quinn. I know that they've changed her in the comics and everything. They've changed her nowadays, but it's not. That's not the character to me. That's not the character.
We've had way too much an abundance of her. Like I could literally just be like, okay, can we go back to where it wasn't so much of her at this point?
Right.
Now it's too much.
Like I don't even know. I said this every time. I said this in the when I was watching the David Ayer Suicide Squad and then James Gunn's version, I'm like, why is she here? What does she bring to, like, why does being crazy suddenly make you a good fighter or whatever? Like, it's just stupid. Like, she doesn't have any skill. She's supposed to be Joker's abused girlfriend. That's her role. That's who she is. All this crap where she just strikes out on her own and she's independent and she's suddenly gay now and all this other extra bull crap. Like, it's stupid. It's dumb. And then the fact that they ruined the character in this game, that just goes back to what I said earlier about just making this a reboot. Just let it stand alone, not have it connected to Arkham. Because I swear, after this, if they do make another Batman game or something, don't be surprised they'd be like, oh nah, this ain't canon.
You know what? They totally would. But yeah, to bank off of what you said about Harley, basically, I basically had the same feelings about this. But when it comes to this version in particular, this is the same version that is probably the most evil Harley Quinn we've ever gotten in any of the Batman, media. If you think, and there's a video that I looked at like weeks ago, and it chronicles every evil fucking thing that this character has ever done in the Arkham series, and I'm like, oh shit, she is probably the most fucked up. And then you're gonna switch that into what she is in Suicide Squad. No.
I can already tell you why they have this character like that, not to cut you off. It just...
Oh, I know why. I know why. No, don't even say it, bro. I know exactly why. It's still stupid because it's like, so we're just gonna retcon all that shit and just be like, oh yeah, she just completely got over it, and then maybe not got with Ivy and shit, and now she has a fucking crush on Wonder Woman, and I'm just thinking to myself like,
what?
Why? What? Dude, if you look at the interactions with her,
I didn't see that.
I've
only seen, I've seen some of the game. Like I said, I've seen clips and stuff. I saw all the deaths and everything. I've seen some of her interactions with Wonder Woman, but I didn't know all that.
No, I swear it's like she has a damn crush on her. And maybe I'm thinking too deep into this, but it's just like...
You're probably not.
But the way she's acting every time Wonder Woman's on screen, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Again, you telling me that goes back to what I was about to say earlier. It's a female empowerment. It's the whole feminism bull crap.
I know.
That's all it is with this character. Why Wonder Woman is the only one that seems... Again, correct me if I'm wrong. It seems like she's the only one that's not under Brainiac's control.
Yes.
Yeah. Again, she got to be the last. Why is it her out of all the characters that's not under Brainiac's control? Wouldn't it have made more sense if it was Batman? You know, the character that we have attachment to.
Yeah, yes, dude. It would make too much sense because it's like, again, the attachment. But no, we need to see an evil Batman. No, what we should have done is like not let Harley kill him. You know what? Let me just stand on that real quick. Let me just go over there real quick. Hold on. Adding to this Harley Quinn shit, you're gonna give me some speech to him about this. No. The most evil version of Harley is not gonna talk down to Batman and acts like she has a moral compass all of a sudden. No. You're not. That's what pissed me off the most. After that video I saw, and after getting to this moment in particular, I'm like, oh, this stings even worse now. So you're just gonna shoot the man point blank? Just no. Instead of saving him, right? That what should have happened is he should have been saved. The mind control should have broken at some point, and then he helps them throughout the rest of the game.
So do they ever establish that there's any way to like break them out of their mind control?
I don't even know.
Because I've heard theories that basically they're clones. That these aren't the real Justice League.
that brings up another question. Then, so where the fuck are the real ones then?
Oh, we'll find out in like 13 seasons, maybe. Probably
No,
not.
no.
Like,
If Avengers has more of a body count than this, there's no. I just don't see this lasting for the rest of the year, dude. I don't.
Game Pass, they like. I'm telling you right now, Phil Spencer, Sarah Bond, they are hammering away a deal for this game. I'm telling you. October. I tell you, by October, if this game isn't on Game Pass, I'll be surprised. I'll be surprised.
But yeah, we have evil Batman. We have fucking evil. We have evil versions of the characters, and the only person before it's just Wonder Woman who was out of the mind control, who didn't get mind controlled at the beginning, was Flash. Before Lantern beats his ass up. And then the squad leaves him, he gets captured, and then he gets turned into evil Ezra Miller, or just Ezra Miller.
Okay, so first of all, how do you even catch the Flash? He's literally the fastest man alive. How's he going to even get the Flash?
If you even think about just how bad this is out of context, it's like none of these fuckers should be able to even touch any of the squad.
No, we know that. See that, and this goes to another point. Again, if you gonna kill the whole premise of kill the Justice League, how are these weak villains gonna kill the Justice League? It's not a bad idea. The whole thing, again, going back to what I said earlier, it's the fact that they all killed them the same freaking way. They could have been like, you would think with this concept, as out there as it is, that they would have had a cool ways for them to deal with the Flash and all these other characters, but they didn't. Exactly. And then another thing, I gotta bring this up too, and I'm glad that I just thought of it. Where are the other members of the Justice League, or are those just the core members? Like, where is Martian Manhunter? Where is Hawkman? Even though Cyborg is technically Teen Titans, but they sometimes put him in there. So where is he? Like, where are the other members of the Justice League?
Better question. And this actually goes into like, where is blank? Where the hell is the rest of the Bat family? Because this is something else that they do that pissed me off. When they get to the Bat Cave in Metropolis, they find Robin's mask.
Wait, why is the Bat Cave in Metropolis?
There's a Bat Cave everywhere. This motherfucker just had Bat Caves all over the fucking world, apparently.
How is he in Superman's stomping grounds building a Bat Cave?
I'm just like, what the fuck? Why did you build this here? So when they get down there, there's a cutscene that happens that actually shows like Robin's bloody mask and shit. I'm thinking to myself like, okay, I can take evil Batman killing people, but the fact that Robin is killed off screen, Oracle is nowhere to be found, Nightwing is nowhere to be found, Red Hood is nowhere to be found, because Red Hood's established after Arkham Knight. So
yep, again, I remember that.
If anyone should be on this squad or doing,
you brought up a good point. Yes, Red Hood. Why is he not here?
Okay. Wait. Before you go, I have a solution.
I was just agreeing with you, man. Go ahead.
I have a solution that they could actually follow through with this. Here's what you do. You pretty much have all the DLC out, but after, put Red Hood in this bitch. Red Hood versus kills the Suicide Squad. There you go. You nuke this shit. At this point, you've already done the damage. Go full nuclear on this again. You kill these characters, you start fresh, you say, okay, this is non-canon. Boom, there you go. Everyone's happy. These idiots are dead. These idiots are dead because I just don't see. There's an animation I sent you before about Batman just like totaling these guys like when he was on the bench. And I think back at that and I'm like, yeah, his armor should have caught the bullet. He should have dodged the bullet. He should have taken an explosive gel, all of them. because that's what he was doing earlier when you go after him.
Yeah, see,
initially.
it's funny. It's funny you mentioned that because I'm literally looking at this part where Batman is taking down the squad one by one, and I've heard people talk about like this is like the best part of it. Like this was like a part of it that a lot of people saw at the preview when they were previewing the game, where Batman was stalking you, and I'm like, even hearing people describe it, it sounds like a cool thing. It's like, now more of that should have been in the game.
I'm like, he has unlimited explosive gel for some reason, but it's like he's doing the shit that we would do. He's doing what we would have done. And then the actual fight with him later on, I'm like, okay, he's using the fear toxin to fuck with you. He's taking all the squad down, and then it's just like, game over? No, not really. And then it just starts the fight with toxin Batman, with Toxin Batman. You know, the one from how Arkham Knight ends.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, like, we're just fucking shooting him.
That's dumb. They could have done something where we're doing the reverse of what we would do in the Batman Arkham games.
Do you realize you don't understand the deflation I had just shooting the daggone thing? Oh, he's hitting the ground. Jump, shoot, jump, shoot, jump, shoot. I'm like, that had to be the worst one. That actually was the worst one to me.
Dude, and not to get off track to what you were saying, but I just want to point out something else with the gameplay, because I mentioned about the play style and everything, and that being whack. But it's like, if you're gonna have this be a looter shooter, go the Borderlands route with it. Because from what I've seen, it's like the guns. It don't even seem like they really put any creativity in the guns that you use.
No, they didn't. And I've unlocked all of the tiers of guns. Most of this shit is the same. All of this is the same, actually. It's just like, oh, it's legendary. Oh, it's rare. Oh, it's this. I'm like, is this it? Okay. Even Borderlands had a better weapon system than this nonsense. It's a ghetto Borderlands with slight Sunset Overdrive physics. That's it. Like that's it. And you can't grind. You can't grind either. That's the other thing. It's just a ghetto Sunset Overdrive too. God.
Yeah, so you mentioned to me about the movement. I just wanted you to kind of get into a little bit of that, just so you can tell everybody how the movement felt. Cause, like I said, watching the gameplay, watching the gameplay trailers and everything, it looked cool. Like that was my thing. That's another thing, kind of going back to all the characters playing the same. Everybody, like, I understand they wanted everybody to just have this like really great mobility and everything, but at that point all the characters play the same. It's just like everybody has verticality. What's his face? Deadshot, he has his jetpack. Harley has the bat thing. Obviously,
the bat grapple.
Yeah, the bat grapple. King Shark has, he can jump high and everything, but it should have been different.
His own power. He has his own power. And Boomerang it literally has like flash tech in his boomerang, which has him warp around and shit. I'm like, okay, this is kind of lame if I'm honest, but yeah, King Shark is the only one who actually has like actual powers that allows him to do this shit. Yeah. This is something else that happens in the start of the game. Why is any of the items on display in the Justice League that people can view? Why is it that they can steal a jetpack or Batman's grapple or flash tech?
Why would that just be out in the open?
Why?
If anything, if you're at a museum, I wouldn't say that. I was about to say, it would be a replica, but I mean, some museums, they would have the real thing, I would think, so.
But this is the Justice League, though.
But, it's like, some of the stuff is Batman, and, Batman, like the bat grapple, I don't think he would have that out in the open like that.
No, he wouldn't.
Because he'll be more cautious.
No. And it's just Batman. I think Batman was just the butchering of this man. I don't think, like, he would just give up doing what he was doing after Arkham Knight just to be like, I need friends. I need to help my friends. I'm like, who wrote this shit?
You have no idea how many times I've actually just like I pause and I grab my head, my face. I'm like, what the fuck wrong with this shit?
But hey, at least the humor is good. That's why I've seen some people swear the humor is good in this. I didn't. From what I've seen, the humor is not.
A few
good.
dry chuckles out of me isn't a laugh.
Like
okay.
the comedy in this is pretty bad from what I've seen.
No.
Like I'm watching that scene. I'm watching that scene right now with the Captain Boomerang and the ice cream truck and the ice cream.
Some stuff just goes on for way too long. Just nah. Just okay. Movement is fine. When it comes to the movement, I feel like the movement is fine for what it is. I do feel like King Shark is probably the best example of what they could have done with all of the characters if they'd done correctly, because he just feels like a little mini Hulk jumping around and shit. With Harley's momentum, I'm like, okay, how is it that she has a bootleg Batman grapple? How is it that she has this? And how is she getting around like this bad? Because where it was in Arkham City at night, it's like you could traverse half the fucking map. Why is it like this? I'll even give Gotham Knights credit here. The traversal in that is a tiny bit better because it's actually somewhat consistent. Okay. Boomerang, literally just make sure you are over a rooftop, otherwise you will keep falling. You'll just warp to rooftop and has to keep recharging. Deadshot, I feel like, got the worst of it because it's like he has a jetpack. Why does a jetpack have a cancel itself out after 5 seconds of use? Why is that, guys? Even when I got the little upgrade for it, I'm like, yeah, there still isn't enough time. So I was King Shark for the majority of the daggone game. I leveled him, I maxed him out. Because it's like, why would I use any other characters? If it didn't have like little bonuses, like the psych up, little bonuses in missions, in certain missions, I wouldn't have bothered with any of the other characters. And that's how I've been kind of leveling them up anyway. But when it comes to the momentum and the movement, I feel like, again, they should have went with more of what they did with King Shark rather than doing like all this other nonsense and have an unlimited bar doing it. Because if I wanted to keep grappling from rooftop to rooftop, I should be able to do that. If I wanted to be able to use a jetpack to fly around over the city, if I wanted to, I should have been able to do that. Boomerang, again, it's like he just keeps throwing it and warping and fastly running because it's fast flash tech on it. No, guys, just no. This could have been done so much better. I feel like this is really like a ghetto Sunset Overdrive. Sunset Overdrive to this day still has better movement than this shit. Like, has a lot better movement than most people give it credit for. And again, that's where the basis of Spider-Man's movement came from.
That's what I was about to mention.
So y'all need to start putting. I don't know how many people know that, but y'all need to start giving Sunset Overdrive his daggone props and play it. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, it could have been better. That's really all I could say for the momentum and the movement. The guns are literally just shooty. It's like good to like you want me to say here. I feel like here's what they should have done a bit different. The melee button. Why is there like a mini charge to use a weapon, guys? Why did you put a charge on this? Why do I have to wait 10 seconds to use it again, guys? 5 or 10 seconds, huh?
Like it's weird that once again, it's just weird that a character like Harley, she should be using her bat as her main weapon, not a freaking gun.
Or bat or hammer, because you can get one of each, either or. But yeah, that and just like I've thought about this and how this was handled, and I'm thinking to myself like, this is the same people that made the free flow combat, which is being used on to this day. The basis of the free flow combat is still being, improved and use to this day.
Yep.
Y'all made this.
I remember the
from
Captain
Arkham
America
Asylum.
game stole it.
Y'all made this from Arkham Asylum, and for some reason, y'all didn't grab any of what you guys did before. You just scraped everything. You would think like the melee would still be intact, at least. But no. Whatever the fuck this is, this amalgamation of a shit. I'm thinking to myself like, what did y'all do? What happened? In the delays, what was this before? What I genuinely want to know.
God knows, man.
What in God's name? What was this before we got this version? Is my question. What was it? Quality control, or it wasn't enough content in one of them? In one of the delays?
Knowing these companies, it was probably something like they wanted to make sure that this was very monetizable.
It just pains me, man. It just pains me. But other than that, what was the deaths? Let me talk about the deaths. Again, you could have done so much better with the Justice League's deaths if they were written better. Tell me why Ezra Miller gets killed, right? And Boomerang just pisses on him for some reason. I'm like,
now the thing is,
why?
I gotta stop you there because I know somebody's gonna try to correct you. Technically, he didn't piss on him. That's what I heard. He didn't. He's about to whip it out. They didn't really show it, so technically no. But yeah, a lot of people was mad about that because it's like mad disrespectful to the character. But then again, like we're playing as a Suicide Squad, they're supposed to be like that. So I mean, it is what it is.
From what I've heard, like Boomer would not even he would have enough respect for Flash to not do that though.
Yeah, see, I don't really know their relationship like that outside of like the CW Flash. I think they showed I think they showed Captain Boomerang up there. It's like I don't really know too much about Captain Boomerang as a character, so yeah. I wouldn't know.
Okay. What was the other one? Green Lantern. What I don't understand, I do understand the beef that Deadshot has with him because Lantern put him away, and that's like his only beef with him, and it doesn't go anywhere from there.
I heard they don't even really touch on that.
They don't really do anything, and I just really feel like they just did this just to say like, okay, Green Lantern has an enemy, and you gave us fucking Deadshot over here, really? When there's clearly other people you could have used from the Green Lantern. You know what? I'll stop. My point is this. We kill him, and then for some reason, King Shark is somehow able to use his ring. If you guys
I saw that part. That was freaking stupid. And also, I just gotta point out, the one time we get, what's his face? The black Green Lantern. We have to kill him. Why can't it have been Howard Jordan? Y'all love putting Howard Jordan everywhere else. This could have been y'all one time to put Howard Jordan in there. Just saying.
One time. Just
we just had to kill the black man.
Yeah.
We had to kill the black Green Lantern.
Yeah, with another black man who shoots people.
Black on black crime.
Ironic, isn't it?
Let me stop. Black on black crime.
Exactly. Yeah, I've already talked about Batman's death enough as is. Like, I just feel like, and the fact that they do find the cave, and then like Batman has this like video up for Nightwing in case he found the cave and shit. They just fast forward through the whole entire video. I'm like, if this was any other fucking game. I'm like, y'all have to be dicks. Y'all have to be dicks now, because they were trying to find information on how to beat him, and then it's just like it gets to the point where it's just like there is no contingency plan to beat the Batman. I'm like,
what?
Okay, so
what?
Yeah,
that's not even something Batman would do. You have to.
Exactly.
Like, there was an episode, I don't know if it was Batman Beyond or regular Batman or Justice League. There was literally, I remember there was an episode where, like, they showed that Batman had a contingency plan to how to beat every single member of the Justice League, including himself.
Yeah, other than Superman, which they use yellow kryptonite. That's how they fucking shoot
kryptonite.
Him. Yeah, they use yellow kryptonite thanks to other Lex Luthor from the other fucking dimension.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, what?
I'm like, this is the best y'all could do. So our Lex dies, but we get another one from another dimension. So he gives them yellow kryptonite. So it damages Superman, and then we just keep shooting him.
Or he could just like block out, or he could just have a device that blocks out the sun. Because if I remember correctly, Superman gets his power from the sun.
Yeah, he literally blocks out the clouds. He kicks away the clouds at a certain point in the boss fight, and actually regenerates his health. And I'm like, oh shit! Oh, something different! Something fucking different! Something fucking different! But no, in reality, it's just like literally do the same shit over and over. I was actually getting hyped for a second too. I'm like, oh my god, he actually went up in the sky and actually kicked the clouds away to get the sun on him. Oh my god.
At least they actually did something related to the character.
Some accuracy
something
after
smart.
Fucking up like most of this daggone stuff, right? God. Oh man. And then Brainiac's just is the worst offender because it's like he literally copies Flash.
Yeah, it's literally just a repeat boss fight. I saw that part.
I'm like, okay, wait.
It's like y'all couldn't come up with anything different. That's what makes me think between that and the season pass, how that's structured, how they set that up. It's like they clearly must have like not have had this finished by whatever date they had it, because they had to keep delaying this.
Yeah, it was in January if I remember correctly. This came out.
Yeah, but yeah, they probably just didn't have the whole story finished. It wouldn't surprise me if they're still writing stuff and figuring stuff out for the other seasons.
I don't know
that they don't even have a roadmap.
I don't know what they're gonna do with Slade's daughter. I don't know how they're gonna do that. I don't know how they're gonna do what was it? Freeze's daughter?
Yeah, I saw that. I was just about to mention that. It's like
I would literally play this shit just for Slade's daughter. That's it. If I even cared enough at this point. Now I'm just like, oh no, y'all got me fucked up and burnt out. No.
I've heard a lot of the DLC a lot of DLC content is like more the same types of missions. I've heard the missions are repetitive, which go figure with this sort of game.
Yeah, protect this, escort this, and shoot up that. I've played enough of this to actually know the patterns and most of this shit. But yeah, it's embarrassing, man. When you think about when I think about Asylum, City, and Night, and even Origins, it's like variety. You could still have variety in a game like this, yet you guys don't do any of this. It's the same repetitive shit. Metropolis should have had more going on with it within the game. Why? I just do not understand. This should not have been like this, and that is what makes me even more mad, because all these delays, and this is what we landed on. So how much more time did you guys really need?
Like, I remember when people were thinking, oh man, they're gonna go back to the drawing board, like when they kept delaying it and stuff. It's just like, nah, man, they are clearly doing this for bug fixes and everything. People were having hope, or at least some people were.
I'll give it this.
But they should have known that this was gonna fail, just based off of the critical, I won't say critical reception at the time, but just the reception of the fans. You just saw like all those dislikes on the trailers and everything. That should have told them something.
And I was hyped. I was hyped for this. Like, if you remember.
Yeah, we both had it on our most anticipated list.
Yeah.
Because originally when we didn't know it's gonna be like looter shooter and everything, like everybody, well, I don't say everybody, but like some people were mad, like, okay, why are we getting a Suicide Squad game? But then it's like, okay, we can kind of give them the benefit of the doubt because it's Rocksteady, so we know it's gonna be good, right?
Yeah. You know, he was bombs over Baghdad the first daggone trailer. I'm like, okay. It's just, and then we get to the second trailer, I'm like, okay, we're still good. And then once we got to the what was it? What was it? The first screen? The first screen of this, and we were like, oh, it's done. Nope, it's over.
Just the
It's
fact
over.
that they did this after Gotham Knights failed, it was just like, why are y'all doing this?
I would have taken an Arkham Origins remaster.
I would have taken that Damian Wayne game, even though Damian Wayne's not my favorite Robin, but I would have taken that Damian Wayne dystopian Batman game.
I would have preferred that with what the plans were for that, and I look at that, I'm like, oh, we could have had something good. I don't even care if it was another Batman game. This would have been a lot better than this nonsense. It's painful. It's an exhausting, painful experience for me. That's what this was. That's what the last. How long have I been playing this shit for? It's almost been a month. It's been an exhausting, painful experience for almost a month, and I finally am got to the point where I'm like, I cannot do this anymore. I would not be surprised if a few months from now we get word that the servers are done. They just shut this shit down after a while, or it ends up on Game Pass, one or the other.
It's gonna end up on Game Pass this year. I will be surprised if it doesn't. Like I said, October. I think this game will probably be dead. I'll give it August of next year. I'll be generous and give it August of next year.
I give it April next year. But yeah, with how this is, and this is the continuation of where we left off with Batman Arkham Knight. It's like, not only did y'all just shit all over your own mythos with this character, you did him dirty, you did the Justice League dirty, which, again, this could have been salvaged if written correctly, because do you realize how many rewrite people have rewritten this game, man?
Nah, I didn't hear all that.
There are people taking shit in their own hands and like, oh, I will rewrite this shit. I'm like, oh, I've never seen this before. I have never, in my years of doing this, I have never seen that shit before. But yeah, I don't know. It's just an exhausting, painful experience. I know, like, at least with the patch, where this is now, of all the patches that's gotten installed and all that, it has not crashed on me once. That's surprising. The servers never conked out on me, which again was another shock. So I'm like,
yeah, because they fixed stuff. Because I heard that there was issues even before launch, like when people
got the deluxe edition.
Yeah, and you were supposed to be able to play early, and then there was issues there.
Like that was the catalyst right there. It's just like, oh shit, y'all, uh oh. That should have been the sign right there. This wasn't gonna work. But yeah, man, like it sucks. It sucks that this is what we're left with, and then 5 days ago, the gall of Arkham Shadow's trailer to the drop, and it be VR. WB can't catch a win for shit because they're deleting content, and the video game front, it's kind of shit right now. I kind of dread what's gonna happen to Wonder Woman whenever that drops, because now there's what was it?
Yeah, that's the Shadow of War people doing that.
Yeah, it's Monolith. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're also a good studio. Let's see if WB forces them to do live service. They claim that it's not live service. Because I remember, I think somebody, some leaker or somebody said that it was going to be games as a service, or it's going to have loot boxes or not loot boxes, some type of microtransactions or something in it. But they denied that. But we'll see.
Yeah, like I'll give them all their due because I played both of their Shadow of their Middle Earth games.
Yeah, I played the first one.
They're great.
I like it, but it's just I wanted it to be a Batman game. Which ironically, it just came out that they were actually working on a Batman game. Christopher Nolan, based on the Christopher Nolan Batman.
I saw that the other day, and I'm like,
I was so pissed. I was like, really?
You gotta be shitting me, man.
Because it's like I don't care about Lord of the Rings, but I was like, the game looked cool, so I bought it. But like, add that I forgot what you call it. The system that they're using, but add that system onto a Batman game. Yeah, the Nemesis system. Yeah, add that onto a Batman game. That would have been perfect.
Oh my god, dude.
Like I don't even know how that's gonna even work with Wonder Woman, but let's not get too off track.
I mean, she has a bit of a rogues gallery, to be fair, but I don't know how that's gonna.
All I know is that she fights that cheetah lady that was in Wonder Woman 89. That's all I know about her villains is that and Ares.
Yeah.
But I don't know her rogues gallery like that. So
I mean, man, we just gonna have to see when it comes to that. But in terms of video games right now, WB cannot catch a break, and rightfully so. They've dug their own grave doing this. Honestly, and I hate saying shit like this, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is the thing that really just like pushes Rocksteady into the daggone toilet. Because again, look at what you've done. I think you guys could have had the Damian Wayne game, or Jesus, the Batman Beyond game, and we would have been mint. We would have been copacetic. But nah, let's do this stupid shit.
I think they just have one more game. If they fail that time, if they fail one more time, I think they might be done.
I think they're done now, man. I don't know. I genuinely do not know. But honestly, this was, again, I keep saying this, but it has been an exhausting and painful experience playing this shit. And honestly, I can't do it. My plan was to, I don't know why, but to platinum this shit, it ain't happening. I have limits. I have fucking limits. I can't do it. I cannot do it. I cannot do it. I can't do it.
I'm surprised you just got through beating it.
I know. I had to slog through that. I'm like, it's the same missions, and you got a timer for when you actually have the you have to face Brainiac, but you have to do missions in the other universe, and there's a time limit of 30 minutes. So it's just like, okay, you have to beat these in order to even face his ass. So I'm like, why did you do this? Why? What? Again. But yeah, I do not recommend it. If I was to rate this out of my scale, wait till now, or ignore altogether. Obviously, it's ignore altogether. I cannot, in good conscience, tell you to go pick this up and then go play it or beat it or even try to beat it. I can't do it because I'm not a monster, man. I'm a lot of things, but I'm not a fucking animal. I can't do this. I cannot recommend someone to play this, okay? Even if you had friends, I'd be like, we could be playing something else right now. We could be playing fucking Helldivers 2 other than this shit, okay? Play that. I cannot. No, ignore altogether and pretend it doesn't exist. That is my advice to you. There you go.
Yeah, I got nothing else to add on that. You said it.
Ignore it. Let's pretend it doesn't exist. Let's pretend Batman's legacy is still intact after Arkham Knight, and let's just let the legend die in peace. Okay?
All right.